Off is a really fun RPGmaker game. Yeah, what did you expect? Don't have anything else to say that probably hasn't been said by every person that's already played Off. It's a really creative experience with a really interesting world, pretty awesome art style, some banging tunes, okay gameplay, and at times confusing but fine story. Going from Aoni to this really makes me want to say that it's the best RPGmaker game I've ever touched. But I won't say that because there are some aspects to the game that I think are fine at most, but nothing really mind-blowing or great. For example, the gameplay is not bad at all, but leaves more to be desired, since at the end it is the basic RPGmaker combat with a small coat of paint. It is a pretty good coat of paint. It fits the world aesthetically and the combat actually looks pretty decent due to it. That said, it is just the basic combat, which isn't anything great, but it does its job well enough. The world and style they've coupled together is pretty unique and immediately pretty memorable, which I even want to claim that due to its recognizable style, it has become this popular. I genuinely think that the Bather is one of the most recognizable characters made from an RPGmaker game. One of the characters that can be said is a poster child of the RPGmaker genre. The style that Off developed is extremely unique and that's a good thing to always have. But like I said, it is good. But I personally don't think that Off, as a game, is something really great. It plays into the niche of Earthbound-like RPGmaker games, which I know is a statement that may reduce people's lifespan by 5 years, but I mean it as a compliment. It played into the style well and became one of the best in this type of niche, which is something that is really impressive, and the reason for it is because they put the work into it. The story is fine, but it does play into its style of it being confusing and chaotic. The summary I can give is that you are controlling a main character named the Bather, who has the mission to purify this world. From there you go into each zone in this world to fight through phantoms and other creatures till you reach the leader of said zone. That said, with the ending in the last chapter, you can end up with a story which goes further than just this summary. But at the same time, I feel like this story doesn't particularly want you to piece together a complicated puzzle. This is something I feel is emphasized by the Secret Monkey ending. It's chaotic and nonsensical at times, and it really doesn't need to be more. It fits its style, even if I personally believe it has some shortcomings. For example, the fact that the characters aren't anything really complex or full of writing, and are just there to be the boss of that zone. The only ones I think have a lot of thought put behind them is the Bather and the Judge. Either way, as a story, I don't think it is something really groundbreaking or something that has a lot of memorable scenes. The only thing I can really say is really memorable is the ending split. And apart from that, the rest of the story is fine at most. And honestly, it doesn't need to be anything greater. The main focus has always been the surreal nature of this world. And like I've mentioned, the game has fulfilled that. Like I said, it's a pretty fun game all around. But I also forgot to mention that this game is French. Jokes aside, so far it's at the top of the list and it might take a bit to get dethroned. Anyhow, short video this time, on to the next game.